If you want to create hypnotic, deep techno tracks like those dominating Beatport's Top 100 using your Maschine MK3 and Ableton Live, you're in the right place. In this step-by-step tutorial series, I'll show you how to craft a full techno track from start to finish, breaking down each phase to help you elevate your production skills. Now, if you don't have a Maschine MK3 Ableton Live template ready, head over to my website and download it for free. Everything is pre-routed and ready to go. We'll start with the kick, but not just any kick. We're blending a kick sample, a rimshot, and a hi-hat to create a deep, driving sound that will power the energy of your track. Let me give you a quick preview of how this kick we're crafting today sits perfectly with other elements in the mix. Each part of the track is packed into multiple tutorials, so don't miss a single one. Subscribe now to stay ahead and never miss an update. Before we dive into layering, let's start by setting the root note. The track is in E minor, so tap the keyboard button on your Maschine MK3. Press the semitone button until E3 appears as the root note and set the type to minor. This will display all the notes in the scale, making it easy to stay in key. With the root note set, let's move on to crafting the kick layer. Follow these steps to shape a solid foundation for your track. Load a kick sample onto pad 1. Press the step button and place the kick on pads 1, 5, 9 and 13. Use the tune knob to adjust the pitch of the kick. Press play and with Ableton Spectrum, tune it to D1. Shape the envelope by setting it to AHD. Adjust the hold to 205 milliseconds and the decay to 55 milliseconds. This will control the length of your kick. To clean up the low end, apply the HP2 filter. Set the cutoff to 50 Hz and the resonance to 20%. And finally, keep the kick at around -12 dB on the channel strip. Before we move on, it's important to add a limiter on the main mix channel strip. This allows us to safely boost the volume of the overall track without risking distortion or clipping. Set the gain to +10 dB and the release to 54 milliseconds. Now let's make that kick more impactful. On the main kick channel, add a compressor, overdrive, utility, and limiter. Select overdrive and utility, then press Command+G to group them. Let's start with the compressor. Set the compressor to peak, ratio 9, attack 10 milliseconds, release 18 milliseconds, compress the signal by about 9-10 dB, and adjust the output level to ensure the volume is consistent before and after compression. Now let's say B. Now set the overdrive like this. Frequency around 75 Hz. Dry wet, start at 20%. Press play and set the drive around 40%. Increase the dry wet around 35% and tone 10%. In utility, enable mono and adjust the gain so that the volume stays the same before and after applying overdrive. Now let's move on to the limiter to tame the peaks of the audio signal. Set the ceiling to -12 dB, the release to 54 milliseconds, and lower the threshold until you get around 1 dB of limiting. Now let's bypass this FX chain to compare the difference. Now that we have our kick, let's add a rimshot for some sharpness. Load the rimshot sample onto pad 3. Same as for the kick sample, press the step button to start building your pattern. Once placed, tune the rimshot to B3. Cut the unwanted low frequencies using the HP2 filter with a cutoff at 490 Hz and resonance at 30%. Now let's move on to the audio effects. Add overdrive, utility, EQA, and compressor. Just like we did with the kick, select overdrive and utility, then group them. Let's add some character to this rimshot so it blends well with the kick sample. First, let's start with the overdrive. Keep the settings at their default values, but adjust the gain to maintain a consistent volume before and after applying the overdrive. This ensures you're adding warmth and texture without altering the loudness of the rimshot. Now for the EQ. We're going to shape the frequencies a bit. Start by applying both a high-pass and low-pass filter. Set the low-pass filter at 5 kHz to soften any harsh top-end frequencies. Set the high-pass filter at 270 Hz to clean up the unnecessary low end. Next, we'll cut a notch at 1.1 kHz C-sharp. This frequency doesn't belong to the E minor scale, so reducing it will help clear out any unwanted dissonance. Then, to bring the rimshot forward in the mix, add a gentle boost at 2.5 kHz to give it more presence in the mids. Before moving to the compressor, adjust the output so that the volume remains the same before and after the EQ. Okay, let's give this rimshot some snap with compression. Set the compressor to peak and the ratio to 18 for tight control. Use a fast attack of 1 millisecond to catch the transient and a release of 1 millisecond to let it recover quickly. Compress the signal by about 15 dB and make sure you have the same volume before and after compression. With the rimshot in place, let's add some high-end energy with the hi-hat. First, load a hi-hat sample onto pad 4, and again, use the step button to start crafting your pattern. Tune the hi-hat to E8 for a bright sound. Set the envelope to AHD, hold 0 milliseconds and decay 55 milliseconds. Apply the HP2 filter and leave the frequency setting at its default to keep the high end clear and sharp. On the hi-hat channel, add compressor and EQ weight. Start with the compressor. Detection mode, peak, ratio 15, attack 3 milliseconds to let some transient through, and release 4 milliseconds for a quick recovery. Compress the signal by 10 dB and match the output volume after compression. And for EQ8, we'll keep it simple. Add a high-pass filter at 600 Hz and a low-pass filter at 10 kHz. Now balance the channels to shape the tone of your kick. Now you've got a solid foundation for your track, but it doesn't stop here. Click on the next video to learn how to make your mix truly immersive with rumble bass and compression that glues everything together. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more sound design and production tips.